Hi everyone, this is Sandy with Sandy's Crafty Creations, and I'm sharing with you today my French Country, my Graphic 45 French Country mini album that I'm going to be taking up to Flossy Scrapper for display, because we're going to be offering this class along with the circus wagon, because this album is exactly the same album. It just looks different because of the paper collection and the decorations that I added. So for those of you who like the album that's in the circus wagon but don't need a circus wagon or any type of wagon for your album, we're going to offer you a chance to take just the album class on the same day. So the ones who come in the morning that are taking the entire circus project will make their wagon in the morning, and then at 2 o'clock we will start on the album. So if you just want the album, it'll be a black blank album. You can come to Flossy Scrapper at 2 o'clock on July the 11th, 2015 for $30 and make a blank album. So I'm going to zoom out to show you this album, which many of you will probably think is not the same album as the circus wagon, but I assure you it is the same basic album. Things are changed with the flips and the flaps and the decorations and the looks of the paper, but it is exactly the same because I designed this one first and then I designed the circus one to go in the wagon. So let me zoom out. Okay, first thing that's different on this one is because it doesn't go into a wagon where it has to sit flat. And I like charms and doodads and things on the spines of a lot of my albums. I added a eyelet hole in the center and threaded some ribbon and chain and charms and twine and made me this charm holder that I really like. This is just a pretty rhinestone one. Here's a rose. So I collect these things. I go to antique malls and look at cheap costume jewelry, and I buy them and then I tear them apart, and I use some of this is from Michael's when it's on sale. Anywhere I can find charms that I like, I buy them and put them in a bowl or a box, and I just keep them for albums like that. So this entire album is made out of the Graphic 45 French Country. Beautiful, beautiful paper. I don't know if you can still get any of it or not. So if you have your hopes set on making exactly this album, you may not be able to. On the front here, I ran out of paper, so I can't even say that I have extra paper that I would give you. I ran out of paper, so these sunflowers are actually, I don't think you can see it, they're real shiny. They're cut out of the cover of the collection. And then I matted them on foam tape, and they work perfect. For the front of this, I added a lace flower that I made, and a metal finding, and a metal nest here, and some more of that twine, and a couple of the stamps that I cut out of the paper collection. And then I added these corner pieces here on each corner for protection. So I'm going to put this down so we can see it a little better. So as you see, it opens up. It has my flip hinge, just like the circus wagon. It has the same 6 pages. This one I left the inside cover blank because I just love this paper. And the front page I made into like a title page. So I cut out the French Country. I did a lot of fussy cutting with the different sizes of the sunflowers and the rooster. And then I put it all on there with like Claudette's or the Tim Holtz Ranger glue and seal. So it kind of warped it just a little bit, but it will straighten out. But I did that so there would be nothing peeling up. I don't know if I'll always do that, but I did that on this one. And to make the pages a little different, I did on this one punch the 2 end corners with a, I think it's the stub punch, no, the decorative punch of my corner chompers. So that was just the flat page that I decorated, and then it flips over. And on the inside here are the pockets. It's the page with a pocket. I made a little pocket out of a sunflower. This is what makes an album look different. In the base, you're probably going to get the page with just a black pocket. How you add other tags or other little elements, it's going to be up to you and depending on the paper that you choose. I cut this out and made a photo mat to slide in there because I like the way that looks there. And so there's a photo underneath, and I cut out banners out of the paper. Now in the circus album there is a little short faux page. This is it right here. Exact same thing. different punch on the edge. So it's going to be up to you what kind of punch you punch the edge of your faux page, or not at all. It's up to you. You can round the corners, you can punch the edges. You're just going to be putting one inside. Then this one I changed it by making a flap out of the paper and then putting it there. So it does look different than the circus wagon, but it has the same basic start. I guess that's how you would say it. This page I left blank and just matted this pretty paper. I just love the paper. I don't know if I'll ever put any pictures in this album because I like the paper. Flip this over. In the circus wagon you've got the flip pages. This has the same thing. Different treatment on the corners, different papers, make it look different. It has a magnetic closure, snaps, has a metal finding here, and so we just flip through and we have the same design with the different papers. And then here on the back I did some different stuff. I did a mat, used some of the stamps cut out of the paper, left them so that I could insert these little inserts. So that's what makes things look different also in your book. On this side is a plain page, and I made a pocket out of some of the paper, so I have a pocket here. And then, see, it's been a while since I looked at this. The sunflowers, I fussy cut out some sunflowers and I matted them onto, let me take this out, black cardstock so to make them thicker so that I could glue them on top of this paper, some leaves and this, and let this stick out above, because again it's not going to go in a wagon, so I can have elements that stick out the top of my book. So this is definitely going to look different. Yours may have something like this and it may not. So this is a pocket that I added and made a tag, and that just inserts there. So then when I flip this over, I made another pocket here for these tags, which goes behind this, and this bigger one attaches behind this one. And then I added this spiral piece so that it can attach to the sunflowers, and it kind of helps stabilize that some. So that's why that's in there. And this is a pocket, that flap that comes out. So all of this is add-ons. They're not going to be in the basic album kit. You look at it and you add on. I'm thinking that I may do a separate video when I have a chance. Don't count on it being next week or in the next few weeks, but a decorating album that shows you the different things that you can do to a basic album to make it your own. So this is a little pocket in here. I can't remember, that maybe in the basic kit. If not, I'll show you in the how to make one. And that just has a flap. And then on this page it has the, I know that this should be the basic pocket that's on that page, but what I did is made some tags out of the papers that slide in. I've just measured them to fit. And then on this one I made a little flap here just to give it a different look, so you can put a picture under there. That again is another element that is not going to be in the circus wagon. There's probably something else that I changed to this basic page. On this side, again, it's the basic page. I added a photo mat. I cut out a sunflower, attached it to black cardstock so that it could stick out the top a little bit, and then put this flap under here so you can insert your picture under there. So this does not lift up, it's just an insert. On the inside here in the center where the eyelet goes, I attached this ring, this jump ring, and then a heart key. This is to keep all my stuff from sliding out. The ring would hold it just fine, but then I like the little key on there, so that makes it look pretty. This one is totally different. It is not going to be the same in the circus wagon. I took a page and I took some of the cute little roosters and made these little bitty pockets with these little tags on the side, and then I made two flaps that come together to look like sort of like a barn door or a garden shed or something. And then I used a pop-top can piece here and a brad and made this little pull, so it has magnets, so this opens up like this. So this is just a solid piece with two score lines here to make the doors, and then I punched out a fence and I cut out the lady and I stuck her in there and left that on there and added all these cut out flowers, the big sunflowers in the back, and this tag. So this is this whole piece is an extra decorative element that you can do in an album that is not going to be part of a base album. So then we have a blank page here, and again we have the flip that is a base. I did do treatments on my corners. You can do that or not. And we have a magnet closure so that these all flip up. And again on the inside, on the back page, I put down a photo mat. I made a little pocket, a little holder out of some of the cutout stamps, and just made odd and end tags so that I can just stick them in there, and it gives it a totally different look, like I've gone to a lot of trouble. And then sometimes I pieced paper together. I was running really short, like I said, so I pieced scraps together to get this look for this set of pages here. Open this up. This page is just totally blank. I did 2 photo mats. Photo mats are not a part of your base album because you need to plan the size of photos you want. You might just want 1 photo mat, no photo mat, whatever you want. So you need to buy extra black smooth cardstock when you take a class so that you have it on hand, so that you have it to make mats out of. Some colored cardstock that matches your printed paper also helps in the decorating of your album. I fussy cut out a sunflower and stuck that in the middle. Left it open on the sides so that a photo can be mounted inside under there. Over here on this faux page, I did a little belly band for this photo mat that I made out of cardstock and blue and black cardstock. And then I had this really cute little, since this is French country, you know, I had this cute little Eiffel Tower rhinestone charm in my stash. Don't know where I bought it at. So I cut out a round circle and I matted it on there, and I just love how that looks. And as you see here, I still use the scallop punch here. Scallop punch on this album, the circus wagon has a different like picket looking fence type or something. So whatever edge punch you have you can use, or as I said, you can leave it plain and just do decorative corners. Whatever you want to do in your book. Here I tied some twine around this page because I just like it. And here I made a pocket like with a booklet with the eyelet here and attached it down. I made the whole pocket and attached it down, and then made some little booklets. This is all extra stuff that you can do with your paper collection. Mat it on cardstock like this and just stick it in your pockets. I like to use paper clips, so one of these could actually be attached here if I wanted to, and then I can put a photo there also. So then this flips up. And then on this last page, under the paper clip, I have a photo mat, and I made this booklet for 2 photos in here. Did some decorative stuff. I used some of the different patterned paper to make a little spine on this. Tied it with some string so it had that look. So it's just an extra little photo booklet in here, and then I made this flap here for it to go in with a little bit of fencing, and I made this little bitty sunflower tag by just tying and gluing that on, and it just sticks in there like that. And again, I left the inside cover blank. So this is my Flip Hinge album, and it measures 8 inches long with a wide 3 3/4 spine so that you can put in lots of little pockets and flaps, and the height of it is 5.5. It is exactly the same size as the circus wagon. It just looks different because I added different elements and different decorations to it. And so that's a good example of how you can take a project, take a class, do the basic album, and change it to whatever you want it to look like. And I hope you will join us at Flossie Scrapper. Again, the first class on this, we will have an album class on Saturday, July the 11th, 2015. It's $30 for just the album. If you want to make a wagon and an album, and again, those will be blank. It doesn't have to be circus. That is $65. So you need to give Flossie a call and sign up for that. The number is 817-295-7100. Thanks and happy crafting. See you later.